off we go. We're gonna start on our backs today, and we will be there for a little bit. So we'll probably start the playlist on our backs, but not right away. So if you're gonna follow along with tunes, just have it nearby so you can hit play here in a few moments. But otherwise, I'll suggest starting with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana, but if you prefer a different position, you are more than welcome to it. And just wherever the arms naturally want to land, go ahead and let them land. We're not trying to force our body into a particular shape or make it be a certain way, but instead giving it this permission to really experience what it feels like. Like life is so often this roller coaster of knowing who we are so well and then navigating change and then finding out again who we are. And it's this consistent self-discovery. So even in these smaller moments that seemingly might not matter, being able to listen in to what it is that you want, what it is that feels good, can be very empowering, very fulfilling. If we keep tugging on that thread a little bit more, and you kind of dig around at what it is that you might need from these next 60 minutes. Sometimes we just need to move, we just need to get some energy, the shifting in the body. And then some days we need a little more recovery, more stillness, softness. So let your ears really open up to what's going on internally so that you can make some choices in your postures that will best support you. As you inhale through the nose, let the breath just expand a little more fully than it has been. And same with your exhales so that they just become a little slower and a little more intentional. And a nice deep breath in through the nose. And slow breath out. And just keep building on that, breathing in. And exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And keep up with that rhythm on your own. And take your hands to the outside of the knees and just scoop the legs together and then give them a hug toward your chest. With any movement that would feel good. So it might mean a little rocking, making some circles with the knees, maybe even a visit and happy baby. And then stamp your feet flat to the ground for now. If you're following along with the playlist, you can go ahead and hit play on that first trap. And then we'll extend the right leg straight up toward the sky. And you'll have the option here, if you have some sort of strap or towel or belt, if you want to loop it around your foot, you can. I'm just going to grip on the back side of the leg where it feels accessible. So for me, it's right behind the hamstring. For you, it might be somewhere else. But we're trying to make the leg just nice and long so that we have our first hello to our right hamstring. Flex the right ankle quite a bit so that you see your right set of toes starting to draw down toward your shoulders. And then let the shoulders just relax down into the ground. And keep this right leg how it is for a few more moments. Slide your left leg forward and down on the ground. But rather than letting the left leg relax, really put some oomph into that leg. Like it's like the sole of the foot's pressing into whatever baseboard in front of you, and the back of the knee's pressing down. Take your left hand onto the top of the left hip, and the right hand, it might slide up a little higher. It's just going to start to guide your right leg over to the right. But we're trying not to go so far that you feel the left hip lift off the ground. That space is still staying rooted. So it doesn't matter so much how far the right leg goes to the right. The left toes are still pointing to the sky. That left leg is still alive and awake. And then return your right leg all the way back up to center. And we'll take the right leg over to the left just by a couple of inches so the right hip still stays on the ground. You can reach up with your left hand and take hold of that right leg and take your right arm out to the side. So it's not a twist. We're looking more for the outer right hip, IT band, to start to lengthen. Keep driving out of that right heel. And you could even take your right thumb into your right hip crease and start to move the right hip forward like a centimeter more. And draw the right leg back up through the middle, bend your knee and give your right knee a hug toward your chest. Lift your head, your neck, your shoulders off the ground so your nose comes up toward your right knee, and then hover your left foot up and away from the floor. You're starting to just say hey to the core. See if things can start to turn on in that belly area. Draw your navel down toward your spine, and then send the fingertips forward out in front of you, palms facing in toward the center line of your body. And then just switch your legs. Send your right leg long, but hover it and hug your left knee in your chest. Keep the shoulder heads lifting away from the floor. So we're trying to get both the shoulder blades all the way up and off your mat. And then switch again, right knee in, left leg forward. Wake up the ankles, wake up the toes. And switch again, left knee in, right leg forward. And switch. And switch. And switch, and switch. And then we're going to hold this left knee in, give it a squeeze with your hands. Let your right foot press down into the mat. So bend your right knee, relax your head, your neck, your shoulders down at the floor. So left knee's in, right foot is flat on the mat. Extend your left leg straight up toward the sky. And lace the hands at the back side of the left leg. So again, it could be at the hamstring, back of the knee, back of the calf. But rather than bending the knee, we're trying to lengthen the leg. So that means the leg might have to go a little further away from you, and that's okay. Shoulders are relaxed, your left toes are shining down toward you. And then locate the breath. Want to be present in the body. Keep the left leg how it is. Slide your right leg forward and down on the ground. Press down through the heel, flex through the right ankle, and engage through the muscles of that right leg. On the right hand, place it on top of the right hip bone, the top of the pelvis. Root down through the right edge of the body and slip your left leg over to the left, any amount, trying to keep the leg long and the right edge of the body glued down. And especially if these areas feel a little tighter in your body tonight or today, notice if that's causing a ripple effect in the rest of the body. So if you're starting to get a little tense up through the shoulders or the jaw, and there be this invitation to relax and just make it about what it is, whatever's showing up and nothing else. Keep anchoring into the right side of the body, and as you draw your left leg all the way back up to center, take it over into the right hand and bring your left arm up to the left. And again, we're not lifting the left hip off the floor, so it's not a twist. We're just trying to align that left foot just about over that right shoulder and right toward the right edge of the mat. Keep pressing the back side of the left knee forward, and then you might take your left thumb, hook it into that hip crease, and then nudge it forward. It might not even move, but it's that action of elongating the left side that might create a little more sensation in your left hip area. As you bring your left leg back up to the center, bend the knee, give it a squeeze in toward your chest again. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and away from the ground. Hover the right foot up and away from the mat once again. Send the fingertips forward, and this time straighten your left leg all the way up to the sky. So both legs are straight, and then switch them around. Right leg up, left leg down. Navel's pulling toward the spine. And switch it around. Left leg up, right leg down. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And we'll keep going one more time each way. Switch it up. And last time, switch it up. And then bend both knees. Give them a hug toward your chest and start to roll forward and back along the length of your spine. Making our way to tabletop. You can swing the legs around or cross at the shins and roll over to slip back. As the fingers widen on the ground, place the shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. Inhale, sway your belly down, lift your tailbone, your heart, your eyes. Exhale, round through the spine and look inward at your navel. Good, inhale, belly down, heart forward, eyes forward. And exhale, round. And take it a couple more times each direction and feel free to add on. So any extra movement through the hips or through the shoulders or ribs, certainly welcome. You steady back into a neutral tabletop. Keep the hips right over the knees and move into puppy pose. So a big step forward with the hands. Let your chest melt toward the ground and your eyes either drift forward or you could take your forehead down to the mat. We're just trying to expand across the heart. Create a little mobility through the shoulders. Keep firm grip beneath the forearms and beneath the hands. Then just slip your way forward and down to the belly. We'll prop up to the elbows, so keeping them right under the shoulders, right to Sphinx pose. Tug the ground toward you and see how broad you can make your heart here. So how wide the collarbones can be. We'll put so much weight into the tops of your feet that you feel maybe even the kneecaps start to lift off the ground. So it's like the quads are really coming to life and firming up. And we're gonna stay on the tops of the feet. Dip your chin toward your chest. Press into your elbows so much that you feel the upper back balloon to the sky, and then keep lifting up so the hips come off the ground. You're still on the tops of the feet in this version of plank, forearm plank. And then reverse it and let your thighs come down, your hips come down, your chest start to blossom forward, and your chin lift. So breathe in. Exhale, dip your chin down, puff the upper back, heel your hips up. You're on the tops of your feet in your forearm plank. Release the legs, the hips, lift the heart. Inhale, look forward. Same thing, exhale, chin to chest, puff the upper back, peel the hips up, forearm plank. Legs down, hips down, inhale, let the heart reach forward, Sphinx pose. One last time, exhale, chin to chest, pull the heart away from the ground, lift your hips, engage your navel to your spine, and then release, legs, hips, heart, take a breath in. All the way to the belly as you breathe out. Take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers to the webbing. Send your knuckles backwards. Inhale, pick up the chest and expose your heart forward. Keep rooting into the tops of the feet. And take an easy breath here. And exhale, plant the palms right next to your upper ribs. You're right into cobra as you inhale. You could stay low or pick the heart up a little higher. And down dog as you exhale, tuck the toes and drive your hips all the way up and back. Take a little time to explore and a little time to come back to the breath. As you pause in your down dog, use your inhale to lift your right leg all the way up to the sky behind you. Exhale, pull the right knee into your nose as you shift the shoulders right over the wrists. Kick the right leg straight back up. Inhale, extend the leg, lengthen through both knees. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward and round the spine. And one more time, inhale, drive your right leg all the way up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, and then place the right foot forward between the hands, nice and light. Draw the heart forward, take a breath in to expand through the heart. As you exhale, lengthen that front leg any amount as you fold over that right shin. Rebend your knee, take a breath, move your chest forward like you're doing cobra again. Exhale, elongate through that front leg and take the fold. And just one more time, inhale, bend your knee, expand through the heart. And lengthen your leg, exhale, fold forward. Rebend your knee as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, big step with the left foot to the front of your space. Take the feet hip distance and inhale to lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. And inhale your arms overhead as you rise up to stand. Exhale, place your hands together right at the center of your heart in Tadasana. Inhale, lift your arms back up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway, lengthen up through the spine. Plant your palms, exhale, step backwards to high plank position. Drive your weight forward, and as you exhale, lower past chaturanga and come all the way to the belly. Uncurl the toes, inhale, either arrive in up dog, or cobra or up dog, making the arms long, lift the hips. And then lead with a low belly, exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky and see how long you can keep that left leg. Exhale, tuck your knee into your nose as you shift forward, shoulders right over the wrists. Inhale, drive the left leg back up, trying to take the bends out of the knee. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, one more time, pick up the leg. Exhale, knee to nose, place your foot forward between the hands. Hop to the fingertips, inhale, draw your heart forward and the right heel back. Exhale, lengthen the left leg as you bow forward. Re-bend the knee, take a breath. Lengthen and exhale, fold. And one more time, re-bend, breathe in. Exhale, elongate and fold. As you bend your knee, one more inhale to pause here. And exhale, step that back foot forward to meet your front. Come halfway up as you breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms to the sky, rising up. And exhale, the hands together at your heart. Keep moving like that. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. I'm going to add a twist here. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, lift your left arm and rotate left. Exhale, release your hand back down. Bend your left knee. Inhale, right arm flies high. Exhale, let it go. Halfway to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step backwards. Shift forward and choose your path, either lowering halfway or back to the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, your hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, your right leg skyward, keeping the hips square. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, drive the leg back up. Exhale, lightly step the right foot through. One inhale to draw the chest forward. One exhale to lengthen that front leg and bow forward. Re-bend the knee, breathe in. Exhale, big step to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. And we'll just dive right back down. Exhale, fold over your legs. Pause here, bend your right knee. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale and release. Bend your left knee. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, release. Halfway to breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, step or maybe hop to chaturanga, your choice, on your way back toward our down dog. Take a breath in, shoulders down and back. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, drive it back up. Exhale, step through. One inhale to move the chest forward, gaze forward. Exhale, lengthen that front leg as you fold. Re-bend, take another breath in. Big step forward as you exhale. Right up to halfway. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow over the legs. And inhale your arms overhead, rising up. Exhale your hands together at your heart. Take your feet together, bend your knees, sink your hips backwards. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up to the sky. Now as you exhale, sink your chest toward your thighs. Move your hips a little further back and extend your fingertips forward, elongating through the arms and through the spine and the sides of the waist. Then inhale, just lift the chest, just lift the arms back to your chair. Then exhale, sink back down, half chair, chest to thighs. Again, inhale, pick up the heart, weight in the heels. Exhale, chest to thighs. One more time, inhale, heart up, arms up. Exhale, sink back down. And now all the way into the right foot. Inhale, pick up the left knee to the chest and the fingertips overhead. And then exhale, just take the hands to the front of the shin and grip the leg and hug your knee up toward your chest. And think of this bottom right leg, like the thigh bone's pressing backwards. We're trying to lengthen out that base pillar. Tuck your tailbone toward the floor. And enlist your lower belly to help out with this balance. This left knee is going to stay in your left hand. Extend the right fingertips forward. And as you inhale, just open them apart from each other. Take your left knee to the left and your right arm out to the right, like you're opening up a big book. Then exhale, close that book back together, knee forward, right fingers forward. Yeah, inhale, expand through the left arm, right? You know what I mean. And exhale, come back to center. Getting listeners confused, as usual. Inhale, open up. Exhale, back to center. We're going to take this one more time, and then we still have a little bit of time balancing. One more inhale to open. And then the exhale to close it up. And now keep this left knee here, grip it with your right hand, and spin your chest to the left as you expand through the left arm. Keep pressing the right thigh bone back. Draw the low belly in. Lift the heart and the crown of the head. And this left leg is going to stay exactly as is. Turn the chest forward. Inhale, both arms lift up by the ears. As you exhale, take a very light step backwards with your left toe, right to a high lunge. And you might need to maneuver, renegotiate with the feet so you have a nice long stance and a powerful bend in that front knee. Take the right hip crease, move it toward the back of the mat. So same kind of idea as when we were on our backs at the start of class. And one more chance to inhale here. As you exhale, spin the back heel flat, turn open to the left and open up to warrior two. So heel to arch through the feet. The shoulders are aligned right on top of the pelvis. Arms are firm and long. Not here long. We've been on this right leg for a fair amount of time. We'll just take two more breaths right where we are. Just enough to remind us that our legs are very much alive today. As you breathe in, straighten out through the front leg, reverse your upper body toward the back of your mat. We're going to keep these legs long as you reach forward through the right arm, bump the right hip beneath you, take the right hand onto the shin, ankle, or foot as your left arm lifts above your shoulder. So Trikonasana, triangle pose. A lot of people like to shorten the stance a little bit in triangle. I'm one of those people, so if you would like to join me, you can just tick-tock that back foot in one footprint. As your head and your shoulders lean back, don't discount that bottom right arm, because oftentimes it likes to cave inward, and we're just trying to create space. Now take your gaze down to the ground. Bend your right knee and put your left hand onto the mat. You're on the ball of your back foot. Take your first two fingers and thumb of your right hand and pick up your right big toe. And as you roll to the outer edge of the back foot, you're going to pick up this foot and try to stamp it right onto your left thigh. And if you're like, not happening right now in this tree pose, you could always keep that right foot on the ground in front of you as a little kickstand. Shins off the chest, that bottom left thigh, press it up into the sole of the right foot. So let that be what helps power those left obliques. If you're like, you know what, I dig this tree pose right now, you could keep it as you put your right hand on the ground and move through chaturanga. We're gonna meet in down dog as it is. And if you take that tree, kick the right toes back for up dog. And then exhale, take it on back, down dog. Ooh, take a breath in. Let it all the way out. Look forward at your hands, and as you breathe out again, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Take your feet together, press through them evenly, bend your knees, inhale, chair pose. And just one time, exhale, half chair, sink the chest down, hips get low, arms are long. Grip into your left foot, inhale, tuck the right knee up to the chest as you rise to balance. Then scoop the arms forward and lace the fingers around the shin and hike that right knee up toward your chest. Good. And then a lot of our balance poses will often tendency is to kind of buckle in that bottom leg and lean back. And we're just trying to press so firmly into that left foot and stack the joints one on top of the other so that we have a very tall, proud stance. And then right knee stays in the right hand, send the left fingertips forward. As you inhale, open everything out to the sides. Steady eyes as you exhale and return them back to center. Yep, inhale, open. Exhale, close. And that left hip point still pointing forward the whole time. So that as you inhale and open again, we're not rotating the hips to the right. Exhale, return to center. We'll go one more like this. And still a little bit of time to balance. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And now the left hand takes hold of the right knee. Spin your heart to the right as you extend your right arm backwards. Keep flexing the right ankle. Relaxing the shoulders. Just breathing like it's all okay. We'll start with the gaze. Let that be what helps you focus as you look forward once again. Then unwind the spine, keep the balance. Inhale, lift both arms up by the ears. Exhale, take a very long but light step backwards with your right set of toes. Wiggle and adjust. So your feet are roughly hip distance. You got a long stance to support a strong bend in that left knee. One more inhale just to be here on steady ground. Exhale, ground your right heel, turn to the right, and you might need to widen even more than here into your warrior two. And sink forward and down into that front knee until you feel your legs starting to form a couple opinions about the pose. Nice strong arms, light toes on the ground. Last 2 moments to be here. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then straighten through the front leg. Flip your left palm up, inhale. reverse and get long in this left side body. We're gonna keep this length as you reach forward through the left arm, bump the left hip beneath you and tick back down into triangle pose. And maybe again, that back foot moves in one toe heel. Think of your head like it's popping out of a turtle shell. So sides of the neck get a little bit longer as the shoulders glide down the back. And your heart just rotates open to the ceiling. It's broad and spacious. Take your gaze down to the ground, bend your left knee, move the hands down to frame the front foot and spin to the ball of the back foot. And the first 2 fingers and thumb of your left hand now grip the left big toe, and this will be important for later. Put the right wrist beneath the shoulder, roll to the outer edge of the right foot, pick up the left and simply place it onto the right thigh, right into your Vrikshasana tree pose plank. Press that bottom thigh up into the sole of your left foot. And rather than letting the left knee fall behind you, point it straight to the ceiling. Nice exposed heart, steady breath. Again, you have the option to maintain these tree legs, to skip chaturanga, however you want to get back toward a down dog, up to you. Tree legs option to keep them as you lower chaturanga. Shoot the left toes back for up dog. And exhale to your down dog. Oh. Take a smooth breath in through the nose. Smooth breath out of the nose. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky once again. Exhale, tuck your knee into your nose as you shift forward. Inhale, kick the leg back up. Exhale, step your right foot through, right to high lunge. Inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Exhale, pull the left knee up to the chest, find your balance and take the hands, lace them around the shin again. Tuck the knee up to the chest. Now, left hand stays on the left knee, take the right hand to the right hip. Option to stay right here, or take those first 2 fingers and thumb again, grip your left big toe, and extend your left leg straight out, or keep the knee bent. Your hamstring will tell you, obviously, how far is far enough. And this bottom leg, again, try to press the thigh bone back, lift the heart up, plug the left shoulder back into its socket. Extend the right fingertips forward like you're going to shake someone's hand, and as you inhale, open everything out to the sides. Totally fine if you have that bent knee. Exhale, return back to center. 2 more like that. Inhale, expand and widen. Exhale to center. Ooh, 1 more time. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, return to center. Now you're either going to grip the left knee with the right hand or the pinky edge of the foot with the right hand. Thread your left arm straight back and twist. Keep nudging your left hip crease down to the ground. Roll the right shoulder back. Breathe. As you bend your left knee, if it's straight, come back to center. Inhale, take both arms up by the ears. Exhale, very big step back with your left toes. 1 moment to pause and breathe in. Exhale, spin the back heel down and turn open to the left. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, reach forward through the right arm, full triangle. Take a breath in. Exhale, look down to the ground. Lower your left hand. Spin to the ball of the back foot. First 2 fingers and thumb around your right big toe. So here we are again. As you roll to the outer edge of the left foot, you might pick up the right foot and place it toward tree, Or keep driving this right knee up and maybe you'll lengthen through that top right leg. And if you have the big toe, we'll release. Everyone in regular side plank. Take a breath in. Look to the ground. Exhale, lower the right hand. Pull the right knee into the chest. Look to the left. Shoot your legs straight over to the side. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, lift your left arm. Rotate your left palm to face forward. And as you reach forward, puff up through the left ribs. Inhale into this left side body. Exhale, lower the left hand. Shoot the right foot back. Maybe the foot hovers as you lower chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, I know we've got a lot going on these wrists. We'll stretch them out after this round. Inhale, pick up the left leg. Exhale, one knee to nose as you shift forward. Inhale, drive it back up. Exhale, quietly step through. So utilize that core strength to make your landing. High lunge, inhale, pick up the arms. Steady the eyes and exhale, draw the right knee up to the chest. Circle the hands around and grip the shin. Hug the knee in. Again, you could stay here. Right hand to the right knee and left hand to the left hip. Or first two fingers and thumb, grip the big toe. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana will extend through the right leg. Shrug the right shoulder back. Firm up that base leg. The outer hip hugs in. As you send the left fingertips forward, we're opening everything up again. Take a breath in, expand out to the sides. And then exhale, return to center. Try to relax the lips and the eyebrows. And then inhale, open. And exhale, close. One more time, inhale, open. And exhale, close. And then you're either going to grip the knee or outer edge of the foot with the left hand. Rotate your heart to the right. Keep moving the outer right hip down to the ground. Reach back through the right arm. Lift up through the heart. And if the right leg is straight, put a bend into the knee. Face forward and inhale, lift both arms straight up. Exhale, take a very light step backwards with your right toes. High lunge for the moment, take a breath in. Exhale, ground the right heel and turn open to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, inhale, reverse to the back of the room. Exhale, lean forward, bump the left hip beneath you, triangle pose. One inhale. Look down to the ground, exhale, lower the right hand as you bend your left knee. You're on the ball of the back foot. First two fingers and thumb, we're gripping that left big toe again. It's the same pose as when we were just standing and balancing. So roll to the outer edge of the right foot, but like a million times harder. Pick up the left foot, and maybe you extend that left leg up toward the sky. Keep pressing into the right hand, opening up through the heart, breathing where you are. And then everyone in regular side plank, release the foot. Take a moment to breathe. Look to the ground. Exhale, lower the left hand. Pull the left knee into the chest. Look to the right and shoot your leg to the side. Broken triangle, back heel down. Inhale, lift the right arm. Spin the right palm forward and reach forward, puffing up through the right ribs. Full inhale. Exhale, release the right hand. Shoot the left foot back. You might go right to down dog. Hover it as you lower. Take a chaturanga. Your choice. Plump your knees down into tabletop position and scoot the hands back so they're right beneath the shoulders. So your first 4 fingers are going to stay glued into the ground. Just try to lift your heels of your hands and your thumbs. Keep the knuckles of the 4 fingers rooting, and then release the heels of the hands and your thumbs back down. And take that again, just pump the heels of the hands up, lift the palms, lift your thumbs, and then relax them back down. And take that again, heels up, thumbs up, relax the palms down. These first 4 fingers are rooted. We'll take it 3 more times. Pick up the palms, and then relax it back down. Last 2. And the last 1. And now flip over to the backs of the hands, but point your fingers in toward each other, toward the center of your mat. And just try to make fists with your hands. It's gonna look like, well, you can't, so it's gonna look really funny. I mean, if you can, I mean, cool. I don't know what that means about me or you, but we're just trying to stretch the wrists out. Tuck your toes under behind you, toe stand. Sink your hips backwards toward your heels, and then just walk the hands in. Place the hands onto the thighs for a second. Just lift the torso so you're upright. And then shake the hands out, side to side, up and down, circles, just kind of floppy, like little bird wings. And then big, wide arms. Take a full breath in. Exhale, wrap your right arm beneath your left arm, either for a bear hug or eagle arms intertwining. Lift the elbows, soften the shoulders, and press the forearms forward. As you unwind the arms, use your inhale to lift the arms and lift the hips up and off the heels. Untuck the toes, sink your hips back down. Arms to a big T. Take a breath in, and this time exhale your left arm beneath your right arm. Whether you have the bear hug or you have the eagle intertwine, either way, you're trying to lift up through the forearms and trying to create separation between the shoulder blades. So broadening across the back of the heart. Unwind your arms. Use your inhale to lift the fingers, lift the hips 1 more time. And then exhale, release the hands onto the hips. We'll stay lifted and kneeling on your shins, your knees and your feet at this hip distance mark. Use the thumbs to drag the back of your pelvis down. And as you tuck your elbows back, just expose your heart forward. And with the back of the pelvis still weighting down, try to lift and expand up through the spine, up through the heart, up through the eyes. And maybe your chin will lift off your chest. Camel pose. So we've not done a lot of extension for the spine tonight, so don't feel like you have to go to a particular place in this pose. Just a little bit of exposure for the heart. Let your head be the last thing to rise as you inhale and come up. And then exhale, have a seat on the ground and swing the legs forward. Bend your knees so your feet are flat to the floor, or your heels rather are flat on the floor, toes pointing up to the sky. And then reach your right hand for the outside of the left foot, so kind of like what we did when we were standing, balancing. And then left fingertips right behind you. And if you're comfortable straightening that bottom right leg, you can go ahead and straighten it out. You could stay here, or you could lean back, pick up the left heel, and expand it out through the leg. And that back arm could even start to float up as you continue to rotate to the left. And as you come back to the center, take your left hand to the outside of the left leg just for now. And we're going to stack the left knee on top of the right. So a half Gomukhasana, half cow facing pose in the legs. Pick up the hips and try to wiggle your thighs a little closer together. Now, sometimes the hips are like not having it. And so cross-legged is totally fine, or even bring the knee wide and sole the foot to the inner thigh. Otherwise, we're staying here just to breathe into that outer left hip, or you could start to fold forward in any capacity. So even just leaning an inch forward over the legs might be enough for the hip and the hamstring. And keep engagement in that bottom right leg, so your right toes are flaring upwards. Lock your hands back in as you rise up to your seat. Unhook the leg. Plant both heels to the ground, so a little bit of a bend into your knees, and find your sit bones on the earth. Right hand behind you, and that left hand is going to reach for the outside of the right foot. And again, this could be where you stay, where you rotate and twist to the right, or that bottom left leg will start to lengthen. Maybe as you lean backwards, this top leg will lift and lengthen. And perhaps that last piece, your right arm will start to reach backwards. And try not to lean too far backwards, but rather lift out of the lower back and straight up through the crown of the head. And then take your right hand to the outside of the right thigh. You're just there for a moment to start to guide this right leg across. So we're bending the right knee and stacking it atop the left. For me, it just helps to lift the hips for a second and kind of do a little shimmy to get the thigh bones a little closer together. And then you could stay upright here, engaging both ankles, or you could start to walk it forward. And just, be kind with your body. And so if something bothers your knees, you always think a good rule of thumb is if something's pinching or shooting or causing you to not be able to breathe in a pose, that's a very clear indication of your body saying, time out, redirect. If you're folding forward, let your inhale upright your spine. Unhook your legs. We're going to make our way to our back. So if you know you need an extra layer or something to prep for Shavasana, feel free to take it with you now. And then when you get to your back, give your knees a hug to your chest. We'll take it right to happy baby. Reaching either for the ankles, the underside of the knees, or the outer edges of the feet. If you want to practice one leg straight out to the side or two legs straight out to the sides, feel free to amend your happy baby shape. But try to commit to keeping the low back and the shoulders rooting down toward your mat. Whatever grip you have, begin to soften it until you can release the feet. Slide them forward out in front of you. And we'll begin our prepping for Shavasana, which sometimes it's easy to drop right in, and sometimes it requires a little bit of finessing, a little exploration until you find something comfortable and supportive. Just encourage yourself to be having a particular agenda or outcome. Just the simple permission, simple luxury of basking in your own presence, in your own stillness, and taking rest. If you have a little time and space, craving to keep resting, that invitation is always there. Otherwise, just let your breath be the first thing that reawakens your body. Followed by some very subtle movements with the hands and feet. And some bigger movements through the arms and the legs. Until you feel ready to make the journey onto one side and up to a seat. With the hands just uniting at the heart and your forehead. bowing in honor in their direction. Let your lungs empty all the way. Take a breath in like it is pure nourishment for your body. And as you exhale, let it all go, releasing any stagnant ideas or thoughts or emotions. Gratitude. Namaste. And speaking of gratitude, the next Sea Change Collective, the virtual meetup is November 18th, and it's with the gal Laura Maynard, who started Giving Hearts Yoga. So she's going to talk about the real physical and psychological benefits of gratitude. That's that word. So if you can come, this is truly the season, I think, of gratitude, thankfulness, Thanksgiving, all of that. So hope you can join, and I'll definitely record and put that up on my site if you can't.